What do you think?
I think we're dead meat. Real dead meat.
You dead meat!
Go ahead and laugh, you guys. If I ever find a little bastards that did this, they're dead meat.
Welcome to the Dead Meat Podcast, your horror safe haven. I'm Chelsea.
I'm James. We're married and we like to get scared together. That's Gressel.
Oh, I was looking for the button.
And we're kicking off the long-awaited Hot Sauce Summer.
Not hot sauce summer.
Oh, I forgot to put hot sauce on the set.
Yeah.
Next time. We got 9 more to go. Don't worry.
Oh my God.
We're doing them all, baby.
So much Saw, and I'm so excited.
Have they already been on the kill count? Yeah. Whatever.
This is less structured though, and we're getting Gressel's reactions to every single Saw movie because he's never seen any of them.
He's never seen them.
I have now seen Saw.
Yeah, you have.
Yes, I have.
Yeah.
Yes, I have.
And it was not the
it
movie
was
you
not
expected.
the movie I expected at all.
Yes, for the next 10 weeks. I guess 9 weeks after this one.
Yes.
We're doing them.
It's just every Saw, even Spiral from the Book of Saw, every Saw is going to be part of the podcast. And yeah, we're not skipping weeks. It's going to be every week. So not every other week. Mm-hmm. It's now every week.
You get to eat weekly.
Yeah.
You get to dine with us weekly on the podcast until middle of August this goes to.
Yeah, I think so. I'm so excited. I love Saw so much. And it's been so long since I've watched all of them. Mm-hmm. I'm realizing how many random characters I can't remember. I mix up what movies have what traps. I'm due for a rewatch, and I'm just so excited because the last time we binge watched all of them in one sitting was so much fun.
I think that was before Jigsaw existed.
Yes, it was.
I think that ended on Saw 3D.
Correct.
Maybe. I'm not sure.
I think you're right.
But now there's 3 more since then. 2 of them are bleh. But one of them's great.
One of them is cinema. It's so good.
And Gressel is going to get to experience all of it. Episode by episode, movie by movie with us. Now remember, Gressel, before living with us, was not a horror fan. It's been
I was not. I classics, whatever. But no, I was not a horror fan.
It's been a gradual induction for him and his wife by living with us. It
has been a beautifully curated journey. I will say.
Till now.
She had seen the first Saw
yes,
already.
she had seen Saw.
Rewatched it with us last night.
And both of you can handle it no problem.
As
far
yeah.
as the scares
the first
and the
Saw
gore.
isn't gory.
Tame, totally tame.
It's so crazy.
The goriest bits are... Oh, and by the way, spoilers for Saw.
Yeah, a 20-year-old film.
21.
Oh, man.
Yeah. The goriest parts are when Amanda's tearing through the guy's body. You get some gore. You get some viscera.
Yeah, and you start to see him sawing off his foot.
That's not. That's just some
There's
blood bubbling.
Yeah.
But I did realize we are watching the that Blu-ray collection we have. All of them are the unrated version. So I'm wondering if the guts that Amanda is going through are even in the rated version. Because like that one, those shots, I was like, oh, that's kind of a lot. But you guys handled it.
Interesting. Oh yeah, where she's holding up guts and stuff.
Yeah,
and
she's like ripping through a sack.
Yeah,
to get that key.
Yeah.
Of that guy that she killed.
It's like this movie has the same kind of reputation that Texas Chainsaw Massacre does, where it's so good at making you think that it showed you more than it did. That's not the case for all the sequels. The sequels, they get a budget and they show you everything. And it's kind of like Human Centipede also in that way, where the first movie's like not what you think maybe, but then they make sequels and are like, okay, we'll just make the movie you all thought that this was going to be.
Gressel, you said you had fun, though.
I did. I had a lot of fun. It is a movie that makes choices based on its budget.
How much do you think it was made for?
$1 million or less.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you know the number?
It's anywhere. I think the shooting budget was reported to be $700,000. Its budget is listed as $1 to $1.2 million.
Wow.
So no money. No.
Oh my
money.
God, that's so cheap.
Everything's on the screen.
It was originally.
And how much of the budget was for Carrie Elwes and Danny
Yeah,
Glover?
right. A lot of that's got to be cast.
You know what got so many of the cast involved is
How
the
good
script.
the script is.
Yes.
Oh shit! Actually,
they
though,
loved the story. Cary Elwes said he read it in one sitting, and it was the ending in particular that Michael Emerson and Tobin Bell were like, "This is the movie that I want to do." That ending is so cool and surprising, and Tobin was like, "As long as the filmmakers can do it in an exciting way,
Yeah.
I think the audience will also be surprised."
What's funny about Tobin Bell being hooked by the end, or being like, "Oh, okay, the ending's what," is because his character stands up and does stuff finally.
Here's the thing: he was not the original choice. Now. Listen,
See, you're gonna know all the trivia from doing the kill count research.
No, I didn't even do a lot of kill count. Like when this was on the kill count,
Yeah.
it wasn't the behind the scenes heavy stuff. It was just jokes and recap. I read the Wikipedia article 10 minutes ago.
Oh,
and
okay.
So I've got some facts for you.
I don't feel as bad then.
The original guy who was gonna play Jigsaw is the guy who plays Paul in the first Trap, where he's like the barbed wire cage.
Really?
And he didn't want it because it wasn't a big enough role. So they were like,
no.
Tobin's got a cool voice, and it's mostly voice stuff in
that's
this movie.
so funny.
Dude, thank God that guy turned it down.
Yes.
Because Tobin Bell, you will come to hate John Kramer, but love Tobin Bell.
He's baby girl. We love John Kramer.
That's the one thing that I was really bummed about, was the fact that like I know that like Jigsaw exists and is
Yeah.
a series character and whatever, so like I knew he was gonna get up at the end.
You
Yes.
knew it was him laying on the ground there?
I could figure that out. Yes,
Okay.
like he's recognizable enough and I've like through osmosis from being around you
Yeah.
guys,
Sure.
I was that was spoiled. But
Yes.
like if it wasn't, that would be amazing.
It's
It is
incredible.
crazy.
Yeah.
It's a great ending.
It's one of those things, honestly, it's like the horror form, and this may sound a little crazy. It's like the horror version of Vader being Luke's father. It's like, if you're a horror fan, you probably know by the
Sure,
time
yeah.
you watch Saw for the first time at this point that John Kramer's Jigsaw.
Or like Norman Bates.
is the killer.
Yeah.
But like to have that experience of seeing it for the first time is so amazing. And I'm so curious if any viewers have somehow avoided this series, began watching it due to this podcast that we're going to do, and didn't know that twist. Please let us know.
I would be shocked because, yeah, it is one of those, I guess, in terms of it just being unavoidable. If you're a horror fan already, yeah, that would be a hard one to just go in totally fresh.
Yeah.
But this was mind-blowing in 2004.
And apparently, Tobin Bell made the decision to actually lay there in all those shots.
That's incredible.
I think they offered him, like, we'll have another person or like a dummy or something. And he
he gets
laying
paid, dude.
there. That's true.
If I could get paid to just lay there.
Well, I mean, I don't know how much they got paid because, let's see. Again, consulting the old Wikipedia, but they shot all the bathroom scenes in, God, how many days was that?
Probably a few days.
The whole shoot was 18 days.
Holy shit.
They only had to build the bathroom set. All those other sets were built by other productions.
Stop.
And they
No,
just
they
used
weren't.
them.
Shows.
It fucking shows.
Oh my God.
The-
There are some confounding interiors in this movie. Particularly Gordon's apartment is the weirdest space in...
Yes, the Dr. Gordon's apartment is ridiculous.
The parking garage.
Yes,
Yes,
that one's
the
really
parking garage. That is
Uh,
a barn with fluorescent lights hung up in it.
All the bathroom scenes were shot in 6 days,
Wow.
chronologically, to keep the characters like in check and like in character. Danny Glover completed his scenes in 2 days.
Yeah, sure.
Yep.
Cary Elwes was shooting 12 to 16 pages of dialogue a day,
Oh my God.
which is
Wow.
insane.
Yeah.
That's so much. And they could only do a few takes.
Right, because they were
Sure,
shooting on
yeah.
film, right?
They were
Oh
shooting
my
on
God,
film. They
yeah.
could only
That
only had
also
the
is-
time to like get a few takes.
That
of each.
also is probably a decent chunk of the budget too.
Oh, for sure.
The film
The
and then
stock.
getting it, processed and everything.
And also,
Yeah.
before we started shooting this, I watched the short film actually for the first time. I'd never seen it.
I've never seen it either. How was it?
Because the script was originally written by Lee Winnell in 2001, right after he graduated film school.
Wow.
He wrote this script, They were having trouble getting it financed. They wanted to make it in Australia, where he and James Wan are from. And they were told to go to LA and try to find financiers. So they did. And to help that, they made the short film version where Lee plays basically Amanda's role. He is being questioned by police, and flashbacks show him in the reverse bear trap, and he escapes it. What I found interesting was all of the Billy the puppet is there. He's on the TV, just like in this movie. Pretty much all of his dialogue is the exact same. With like, most people are so...
Yeah, but not you.
But not you, not anymore.
Yeah.
Fun fact that you'll love,
Okay.
he has a little hat. Billy has a little hat in the short.
Why do I feel like we've discussed this
He has
before?
a little fucking hat, dude. It's great.
Why do I feel like that specifically has come up on the I wonder if it's because in Dead Silence, does he also have a hat in that? His little cameo?
Oh, maybe. Maybe he's got a hat in that.
Maybe.
Yeah. But they wound up going with the producers who would form Twisted Pictures to make it.
Oh man, I get so excited seeing that Twisted Pictures logo with the barbed wire.
Yeah,
fuck.
it twists
I
around.
just know I'm about to have such a good time.
All they do are Saw movies.
That's right.
Dead Silence.
That's right.
Repo the Genetic Opera.
Yeah.
And like maybe 2 other movies. But
Yeah.
that company lives on Saw. It was created to make Saw.
Right.
And it was by the 3 producers who believed in the movie. Hoffman, who
yes.
gets a character named after him. R.I.P. that guy. The real life Hoffman died. And then was it Coles and I forget the third guy's name. But they agreed to make it. And part of the reason that apparently DreamWorks was also interested in making this, but part of the reason Juan and Winnell went with these guys is because they offered.
Oh my god, sorry, the door's haunted. It's because the AC just kicked
No, it's because
on.
Molly's trying to scratch it. Molly, get away from there. You're gonna get saw trapped. Oh, Mark Berg is the third guy.
Okay.
So.
Is that why it's Mark Hoffman?
Oh yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
So they agreed to go with these guys in exchange for 25% of the profits of the movie, plus creative control, and Juan getting to direct, Winnell getting to act. Because these other companies that we're looking at were like, we want to buy your script, but either you're a first-time director, you're a first-time actor, we're not going to put you in these roles.
That's a
and
tale
they're like,
as
no.
old as time.
They're like, no, we are making our movie our way, and these 3 producers believed in them enough to... I think they refinanced their studio to like, or put like a second mortgage on their studio to get the money to make this.
It's so crazy because stories like this are so it's like the most hindsight is 2020 thing, right? Where it's like,
'cause how many
wow,
of these things
genius.
happen?
But how often does this happen where someone's like, sure, I'll get a second mortgage on my home to finance the biggest piece of shit on the planet.
Yeah, and
We don't
never
hear
about
those
that.
stories.
You're describing like most Kitchen Nightmares episodes.
Yeah, that's so true. Fuck.
Oh man.
Yeah.
But they fucking made it, and they changed the genre.
Yes.
For the second half of the 2000s.
This
I'd say,
really did change things.
Yeah, after a brief fad of I think J horror.
Yes.
In the early 2000s and PG-13 horror.
Yeah.
Torture porn, as it came to be known, swept the second half of the aughts.
Yeah,
all
for
because
better or
of-
worse.
Yeah, because of Saw and Hostel.
Caused kind of a moral panic. We talk about that in a very old episode, but yeah, what a weird time period, because there's also a lot of really great academia about this era of horror and how it correlates to just how violent the media was in general.
War on Terror.
Yeah, like the news that we are seeing, the stuff on TV's worse. Honestly, yeah, the shit we were seeing on TV in the like stuff from like Guantanamo.
Oh, yeah.
Like Abu Ghraib.
Yeah, is
Yeah.
objectively like
Or the
it's
shit downloaded, like, did you ever see the terrorist decapitating guys?
yeah, like
I
stuff
did
you
as a
could find
teenager.
on the internet.
Yeah.
Objectively so many degrees worse and more disgusting to look at than this movie, you
Mm-hmm.
know? Even if, you know, obviously one of them's a real thing and this is fictional, but what is everyone getting all freaked out about? Torture porn.
Yeah.
That's the real problem.
It also, go
Well,
ahead.
we kind of mentioned it last night after we finished the movie, but like within a short amount of time after this movie, network television shows are more violent than this.
Yeah.
Like
Sure.
between like the Hannibal show on NBC or like all the CBS crime shows, like they were depicting stuff and showing images, and maybe it wasn't like in process or it was, you know, like after, you
Yeah.
know, but nonetheless, graphic violence on network television quickly after this movie that
Yeah.
is very tame.
And like when you think of like prestige TV on like HBO and stuff,
Oh,
like
God,
Nip
yeah.
Tuck or like doesn't that get pretty graphic? I've never watched it, but I feel like
but
that
like
gets
with the
kinda
surgery
gory.
and
yeah,
stuff,
you know?
or like I mean, it's later, but you know, you get into like True Detective, but even,
Yeah.
I mean, even any HBO, you know,
Yeah.
But it definitely, I feel, gave horror a bad name.
Oh,
when it
for
was the
sure,
prominent
for
thing.
sure.
As an outsider,
Yes.
100%.
Yeah.
Like Saw, I would just mention Saw as a justification for why I didn't like horror
Yeah.
movies.
Yeah,
It was
even-
Saw and Hostel.
As
even
many
when-
people did, I think.
And Scream 4, 2011
Yes.
comes in, the opening scene talking about the state of horror.
Yeah.
Mentions all that torture porn shit. It's not scary, it's just gross.
Right.
People from without and within the horror genre look down on this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I hope that in hindsight we can all appreciate it for what it was and what it did and how campy
Yeah.
it is and will be.
Yeah.
And how innovative it was with the budget it had. I found out all the security cam shots, all the still images and freeze frames. That was because they didn't have coverage. They got to the editing room
God.
and they were like, "Oh fuck, we couldn't afford to get all the coverage we needed, so we're gonna have to get creative." And they would reuse shots.
clearly.
Yeah.
The jittery cuts in the car chase.
Yeah, those
Oh, the car
chases,
chase.
dude.
Incredible.
Uh-huh. And then, of course, it's just, I think what makes Saw fun and rewatchable is how non-linear it is.
Yeah.
It's so confusingly, like, chopped and screwed, and put in, like, just... We see that fucking parking lot scene three
We
times.
revisit it so many
within
times.
a span of, like, 10 minutes.
Like, why are we doing Rashomon for Saw? That's what some of these movies start to turn into. It's ridiculous. Like, through different characters' perspectives, or a zoom out, and this character was actually there the whole time, and you had no idea.
Cannot wait to get to all that. I can't wait to
It's
just...
my favorite thing about this. I love the constant twists. The twists where you don't think there's going to be twists, because how could there possibly be more, you know?
Yeah, all
God, I
the
love it.
background characters who become main characters.
That's right.
Like Dinah Meyer, you recognized her from Starship Troopers. Don't worry, she'll be back.
Yep.
She will be back. Like it's and the fact that it takes place in just nondescript Cityton, as
City,
I have
yeah.
come to call it.
Yeah.
They are from the city police.
I think that's a We Hate Movies crossover. I think they started calling it Cityton, and we've just adopted it.
Is that okay? I
That might
wasn't
be
sure.
where that, yeah, but it truly is a Cityton. They pull up a map, and it's just
mid-city.
mid-city, and even the restaurant that Officer Singh says he's going to is just called The Grill. Like, where the it's the most nondescript place, and it's so funny, and I feel like it's stuff like that just continues throughout this series in a knowing kind of way. It's very hard to describe the tone of these things because there is an awareness. I think especially when you look at the way that the creatives talk about it now, the way that the Saw social media is, like, it doesn't take itself seriously. Like, I feel like the Saw social media and the Megan social media are constantly beefing with each other. But it's so weird. It simultaneously takes itself so seriously, but doesn't take itself seriously. I would love to just have been there for filming the next, like, Saw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, just to understand, like, what was the mood and were we taking these seriously? Are we making good movies or are we having a little fun, a little soap opera fun with it?
I mean, some of these line deliveries are absurd and
Yeah.
make us laugh so hard.
Yeah.
My reading of it, just based on the first one and how you guys talk about it, is they, like you said it earlier, they're just making the movie they want to make, and they're like, this is going to be a cool movie, and there's nothing deeper than that.
Yeah.
You know, and it was fun.
I mean, you got to think though. We always praise the camp in *Malignant*.
Yeah.
That's James Wan.
Yeah.
So he's got that in him.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think the sequel's just take it and run.
Yeah. And Lee Whannell is like a funny person.
Yes. He's like a comedy guy making horror movies, I think.
Right. And then-
Cooties was his most outwardly comedic
Yes.
thing.
And then the next few movies after this one, you've got Darren Bousman, who's like a musical fanatic.
Yes.
So there's that campiness, that theatricality that someone like that naturally has to love to be such a fan of musicals, to the point where he makes Rebo. So that's there.
Yeah.
But
I also love, I mean, one of my favorite things about this series is, and we will get to specifically discussing Saw 1 soon, but just we're setting the table for the next 10 weeks, baby.
Yeah.
We gotta have a nice placemat to sit
this
at.
is like when you go to summer camp and the camp counselors introduce themselves and do skits or whatever. I never went to the summer camp. I went to like day summer camp. I never did the fancy spend the night type ones.
Oh, okay.
Like in a horror movie.
My favorite thing about the production is that it was made by a familial crew year after year, like a TV show. This first movie comes out in October of 2004. For the next 6 years, a new Saw movie would come out every October, with the final one, Saw 3D, coming out October 2010. So from 2004 to 2010, there was a Saw movie every single October. That is fucking great.
Yeah.
The fact that they have the same crew throughout. You have Darren Lynn Bousman directing 2, 3, 4. 5 is directed by the movie's production designer, who had been working on all the sequels. 6 is directed by the editor, who would then come back for Saw X. Fucking 10 years later.
Didn't he also do 3D? Am I mistaken?
He may have. The writers who come in at that point, I don't always agree with their decisions.
Yeah.
But I think, did they maybe also help to write Saw X?
I think they did, yeah.
Totally redeeming themselves.
Yeah.
You know? So we'll see. I'm curious when we get to 3D to really dig into what the fuck happened, because that movie sucks. It sucks.
And this is going to sound so strange, I think, to you, Gressel, to say, because Saw 3D is a mean movie. And I know what you're thinking, like, Saw, like, but wait, Saw itself.
But now having seen Saw,
yeah.
I wouldn't say it's mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the Saw franchise, it's hard to describe. Like fucked up mean things happen to the characters. But Saw 3D
is nasty.
Is like nasty, and it's not fun in the way the other ones are. We'll get there. Yeah.
I guess we should start with the one that started it all.
Yeah.
After the short, Saw.
Yeah.
Released in October of 2004.
Like at first, I'll say when we sat down to watch this last night, I was like, man, I wish we were already on like 2, because I've seen Saw 1 so many fucking times. I'm just like, I don't feel like watching it again right now. Oh no, oops, I had such a great time. I think I did realize, like, no, you know what? Maybe it has been long enough, because there's stuff in here that I wasn't, that I didn't remember, that. So I think it had been longer than I thought, but it just feels like I've seen it so many times.
Yeah. It starts with the fucking lights coming on in the bathroom.
Yeah. Choo, 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 choo.
Wilhelm scream hidden in there.
Yeah, there's a weird Wilhelm scream.
Yeah. Ow!
That Wilhelm scream makes 0 sense.
It
Zero
makes sense if you just graduated film school and your name's Lee Winnell.
Yes, we should specify Lee Winnell wrote the script
Yeah.
based on a story by him and James Wan.
Yeah,
who
James
directed
Wan
this.
directed it, yeah.
James Wan would, of course, go on.
How'd
to
they meet each other? College, do you think?
Australia.
Or just Australia, yeah.
Yeah.
They all know each other down there.
Yeah. James Wan would, of course, go on to make billion-dollar movies, not only in the horror space with the Conjuring series, but Aquaman.
He just makes movies for his muse, Patrick Wilson.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, right. And he did one of the Fast movies, Fast 5,
Fast
maybe?
5, I think, yeah.
And then Lee Winnell has done some incredible work. His first 2 films directing, no, he did an Insidious sequel that we haven't seen.
We haven't watched it, no.
I think the 3rd one. But then he did Upgrade and
Invisible Man.
Oh,
Amazing.
Amazing.
Wolfman. It's fine. I would like to revisit it
Yeah.
and see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got to visit the set for that. We got to talk to him.
Yeah, we had a great
Amazing
time
guy.
with him on
Yeah,
set. Yeah,
for sure.
That was really, really cool. We had a good time.
But yeah, here he is waking up, the little 27-year-old Lee Winnell, probably 26 based on when it was shot. Mm-hmm. And he's getting up. Gressel makes the good point that this movie doesn't really have a main character.
Yes, that was a big kind of critique of mine after we were watching the movie, because like the plot as it unfolds as we go forward makes it seem like it should be Dr. Lawrence's movie, but you're introduced to Adam right away, and you're
It's so
kind of
funny to watch you talking about these characters. Like, it's so funny to hear their names coming out of your mouth. It's just hitting me like, oh my god, we're gonna be talking about these for like 10 weeks.
And we talked
Sorry,
about Lawrence
continue.
Gordon. He's a doctor.
Lawrence Gordon,
He's a doctor.
I'm a doctor.
But because of the way this opens, where you're like in with him in the tub and you're like very much in his point of view, and then even coming out of it, it's framed where, for me, I was suspicious of Lawrence
Really?
from the beginning because you're put in the movie with Adam.
Right.
So
Interesting.
I wasn't ever really
because he's
feeling
just
for Lawrence.
the other guy in the room.
He's the other guy in the room.
Sure, yeah.
And even though we get more of his backstory sooner than we get anything about Adam.
Right, which I think is a flaw.
Yeah, this series will. I think you almost have to zoom out and look at these as one
Zoom
big
out and spin around
story.
as you
yeah,
pull up
because you'll
from
start
the
to, as the movies go on, that's where you're getting more of like, oh, these are the main characters.
Yeah.
Throughout.
But they're in a bathroom. Their legs are tied to pipes. There's a dead guy, maybe,
There's
in
a
the
dead
middle of
guy.
them with a gun in one hand, tape recorder in the other.
Oh man! And then they both have the little tapes that say "Play Me," and I just got so excited seeing those. I was like, "Oh, we're doing it!"
And you made the good point that this movie probably kicked off escape rooms.
I do think that this movie is very responsible for the escape room.
The whole thing plays
craze.
out like one. They're
It
like,
is,
wait,
yeah.
that clock. It's very clean,
Yeah, they get-
unlike everything else in the bathroom. So someone set it there. They wants to know the
Yeah,
time.
they get all these clues, like
They find it
seeing
in his
things
wallet.
better with your eyes shut, and then it's like, oh, flip off
X
the
marks
lights.
the spot.
Yeah,
Follow your heart.
your heart. It's such escape room shit, and I'd have a hard time believing this didn't inspire the general concept of escape
I
rooms.
mean, I did an escape room in LA like 12 years ago or whatever that takes place in a Saw-like room.
Yeah.
You didn't do it with us.
I didn't do that, but the one we did with Heather, that one started. We were all chained by our feet similarly.
Yeah.
It was like a Saw thing. We all had shackles on, and
And then, of course, in Vegas now, there is the Saw escape room.
Saw escape room,
that
which
ends in the bathroom.
it's
where Chelsea and I kiss.
Shout out to the Saw escape room. Very nice people who run that.
Very scary.
It is.
Chelsea
It
had
is
to tap
scary.
out.
I had to tap out. It was too loud and intense for me. But as soon as I said, "Hey, can we not?" Lights come on. It was crazy how fast they got me out of there,
Yes.
and we're just like water. Like they'll take good care of you. I'll just say that.
So yeah, they're trying to figure out why they're here. They don't remember what they were doing before. They find these tapes, and Adam finds he is able to retrieve the tape recorder.
Yeah.
And then he has fucking Lawrence Gordon, Larry, throw his tape to him that he throws overhand.
Oh man, it's so close to going into the toilet or the bathtub where we just saw something get sucked down the drain. Mm-hmm. Yeah, playing
Yeah.
fast and loose here.
At least Adam, credit to him, he's like I don't know if I'd call him a himbo, but he is a cute little dumb boy.
Yeah.
He knows to throw things underhanded in this situation.
Yeah.
Gordon's just like
Yeah.
like throwing paper airplanes, man.
Yeah, so Adam's tape is something about, oh, what do voyeurs see when they look in the mirror? And then Gordon's tape is like,
You have to kill
it's a
Adam.
bit less abstract. It's like, your goal's to kill Adam.
You have to kill him by 6 o'clock.
I have your wife and daughter, and I'll kill them.
Oh yeah, Allison and Diana. Allie and Diana, which anyone watching in current year would assume Diana is his wife and Allie is his daughter.
Diana is like an adult. Like, that's a grown-up
Why is that
name.
little kid named Diana?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah, Diana's the daughter. D for daughter is how to remember it.
It's like they shot a reel where they messed it up, and then they were like, "We can't.
It's too late.
It's too late.
Yeah.
We got to
Yeah.
use this.
We
to
haven't-
just switch them."
Yeah, we haven't invented the AI that they used in Fall, where they can move the mouths around for foreign dubs. We can't fix it in post.
So the tape also mentions that the guy in the middle of the room has a bunch of poison in his blood.
Oh, dude, yeah. If you ever remake these kill counts, good luck with that, because this entire movie's like, this guy killed himself.
Yeah,
This
for
guy,
real.
your job is to.
These
you know,
podcasts
it's-
are probably fucked,
it's
dude.
Constant. Jigsaw, he's so fixated on that.
But I love that it's when you have that much poison in your blood, you have no option but to shoot yourself. He's talking about his cancer, man. Did you get that?
Oh, yeah.
He's talking about
I
like
thought he was talking about like chemo.
Maybe that too.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
That too, dude. There's layers here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Jigsaw is a complicated guy.
He
And he's not a murderer.
not a murderer. Technically, he doesn't kill anyone.
Technically.
He is interesting to think about though, because like I just remember when we watched all these in a row, thinking like, man, the constant focus on like he always wants to punish people who've like either attempted suicide or have done drugs or something. But it's just the like. He's so pissed off that you could be perfectly healthy and want to do that to yourself. Yeah.
Yeah. And like the movies work best as long as you don't think that they're siding with Jigsaw.
No.
And I don't know if they are or not. Some of them are. I won't say which ones.
Well, because what happens is, and this happens, I think, in general with horror stuff, because everyone wants to see themselves, or like everyone wants to root for the villain a little bit because it's fun. So I think what happens is you get stuff like that, but as the series progresses, it's kind of fun to see him start to put people in traps that you're fucking excited to see get tortured.
like the health insurance
Like
one.
the health insurance one.
I was
Yes.
wondering if we were gonna get there.
Oh, we do.
We'll
and
get
it is
there.
one of, it's, Tobin Bell told us it was his favorite
Oh,
song.
that's right. He did. Yeah.
did.
I do think though that part of that is because there isn't a strong main character. There's not like a final girl that like, you know, you can latch on to and really root for.
It's-
Larry Gordon, isn't that for you?
No, he's really not.
It is true that there's no one in this series that acts as like a moral center for anything.
That's true. That is very true. They have a clue that says "follow your heart" like very faintly on the tape recorder, and there's like a little poop heart written on
Yeah.
the toilet tank, and we all are like, Adam,
It's gonna be in the tank.
it's gonna be in the tank, but
No,
he just sticks
doo-doo
his
hand.
fucking hand in that toilet bowl.
Absurd
Absurd.
first thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, poopy
And-
doo-doo hand.
I will say in that Saw escape room that I did, that not the official Saw one, but the one you had to do that. You had to put
Oh,
your
it's
hand
so
in a
gross.
toilet bowl and like fish something out. It was
Yeah.
real gross.
I think I remember in the escape room, because they let us look around in there when we finished it, because we got to take pictures, which was really nice of them. I think I remember like lifting up the lid of the toilet to see if there was stuff in there.
I don't think there was. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember if there
No
was anything.
solids. Anyway,
No solids.
I love how Adam has all these lines that
Quits.
you know Lee
Lee-
wrote for himself.
Lee, as a former film student, and this is so relatable, has watched so many movies and is like, I want to be saying that. He's like Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah.
You know?
No, he watched those Clerk special features where Kevin Smith was going to be Randall, and that's why Randall's the funny one.
He's
Yeah.
like, well, I will be Randall, and have the joke about my ex-girlfriend being a feminist vegan punk, and she thought I was too angry.
That's a very, yes, Kevin Smith kind of joke.
Oh man.
I love that before we started the movie, Gressel, you said you weren't sure actually if there's a Saw in Saw.
I was not.
And lo and behold, there is.
It's in the toilet tank lid.
It's in the toilet tank.
Along with a bunch of pictures that'll show later.
I was also skeptical of Dr. Larry because Adam's Saw breaks immediately. Mm-hmm. Dr. Larry's does not.
Well, Adam goes a little too hard.
He does, and that's
Lawrence
it's
is
a
more
yeah, right.
even keeled about it. Yeah. But good call, dude.
At what point in this movie were you finally convinced, okay, Dr. Gordon is not the villain of this film?
When we saw the family.
Okay.
When we actually
flashback
saw the
to-
family, I
thought
was
it
like,
was gonna
oh,
be
the
like
family's real.
when he finally chopped his fucking foot off.
No, when we saw the family, I was like, okay, now where this is supposed to be, this is what the story is. Yeah.
So Larry's like, okay, I know who did this, or at least I know of him because I was once suspected of being the Jigsaw killer. Cut to cop plot. Cut to Gressel saying, I didn't expect cops in this movie.
That's-
Cut to me pausing the Blu-ray and being like, Gressel, cop plot is half of Saw.
It's half of Saw, and arguably the best part of Saw is cops doing bad police work. Oh God, I'm so excited.
Danny Glover does some good police
he does, yes.
work here.
Yeah, he goes a little cuckoo and
He goes
does
a little
some
cuckoo
good
as all
police
good
work.
police do.
I
Bad police. They all go look.
I just love that for you. The big twist was not the end, like not him getting up. It was like, wait, there's a procedural drama in this, and yes, Saw is one. It is weird because we talked about this a bit earlier, just the TV-ness of this. It really does feel like a TV show,
Yes.
especially because of the cop stuff.
Yeah, it's so procedural.
Yeah.
It's so CIS.
Yeah.
With the cop plot, only with extra gore.
Yeah.
CSI?
CSI.
Or NCIS.
NCIS?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I never thought about that. The same letters, but like different
A
order.
little bit different. Yeah.
Whoa, dude. That's crazy.
Hey, want to talk to you about our sponsor, Rocket Money. With prices going up on just about everything lately, being smart with your money isn't just a good idea, it's essential. But managing subscriptions, tracking spending, and cutting costs can feel overwhelming. I'm very, very bad at this. Free for a few months? Don't mind if I do. But you know who does mind? My bank account, and the husband I share the bank account with. Lucky for you, Rocket Money takes the guesswork out of it so you can easily make smart decisions. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that helps find and cancel your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bills so you can grow your savings. See all of your subscriptions in one place and know exactly where your money is going. For ones you don't want anymore, Rocket Money can help you cancel them. They will even try to negotiate lower bills for you. They automatically scan your bills to find opportunities to save, then you can ask them to negotiate for you. They'll deal with customer service so you don't have to. Rocket Money has over 5 million users and has saved a total of $500 million in canceled subscriptions, saving members up to $740 a year when they use all of the app's premium features. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions and reach your financial goals faster with Rocket Money. Go to rocketmoney.com/deadmeat today. That's rocketmoney.com/deadmeat, rocketmoney.com/deadmeat. But yeah, Cop Plot, I'm so excited to get to that in these next few movies. Because Cop Plot is also where we get some of the best characters.
Yeah, right now the cop plot only involves Detective Tapp, which is Danny Glover, Detective Singh, which is it Ken Leong
Yes.
from
Yes.
Lost? And Detective Carey.
Oh, from Lost.
Yeah, he's from Lost. He's Miles from Lost. Don't say like it. You never made it to that far.
Yeah, I thought
Nope.
I didn't make
he
it
shows
to
up
him.
in season 4. That's after the bear cages.
Okay, never mind.
Is it
I could've
end of
sworn it.
season
He's in
3?
old.
Okay.
He's in old.
Okay.
Yes. The beach that makes you
I was
old.
like, but I know him.
But Daddy, I know
But I
him.
know this man.
And Detective.
Oh, he's in The Sopranos too. Okay.
Oh, he had a good run on prestige television.
Yeah.
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 Good 2000s.
He was also on Broadway in Thoroughly Modern Millie.
I really hope him and Michael Emerson on the set of Lost talked about Saw.
They must have.
They
Had
had
to
to
have.
have.
They
And
must
would've-
have.
Did they share scenes ever?
Oh,
Miles
I don't
and
remember.
Ben? I don't remember specifically if they did, but I think they. If I had to guess,
Ben spent time with most characters after
Yeah.
a certain point.
Miles.
You know who I am? Yes.
Like, it's also such a good twist at the end because, like, Michael Emerson is just such a villain. Like,
Yeah.
as soon as he shows up and he's like, oh, that person, that's a real person, not just some meat
He's
puppet.
a very interesting man.
Yeah. It's like, oh, yeah, he's the villain.
Oh my God, is he still married to Carrie Preston?
Who? Michael Emerson?
Yeah, he's married to Elsbeth.
He's married to Elsbeth?
Yeah.
Whoa.
The Elsbeth.
From the lower thirds.
From the Chirons on my TV.
And the third cop here, only briefly, only in these first couple of scenes, is Detective Carey, played by Dinah Meyer.
And she comes back.
She comes back.
Yeah.
But they're checking out our first official trap, I guess, if you don't count the bathroom,
The bathroom,
trap.
sure.
It's the guy, it's Paul, who is
Yeah,
a healthy...
Paul, the bigger role than Jigsaw.
Yeah.
What a crazy two paths diverging kind of thing.
For sure.
Yeah, it's like guy in barbed wire and
Cage, yeah.
he
And-
has to crawl out to the exit.
It's really not much of a trap.
No.
He has 2 hours to crawl through a bunch of barbed wire, get out, or the door closes.
Jigsaw's early traps are honestly very generous.
Here's the thing, though. Like, he's like, if you don't escape within 2 hours, the door will close and this will become your tomb. But like, the door that it shows closing is at the top of some stairs.
Yeah.
So what if it took him longer than 2 hours, but he got out of like the barbed wire cage he's in?
No, he's just stuck in there.
But the cops eventually came down there.
Yeah. But
So
he died
depending-
anyway. I think he
did.
just bled out.
I guess he just bled out. Yeah.
Yeah.
How do we feel about survivability of this trap?
Survivability. I think it's survivable for sure.
You think so?
I think for him it's harder because he's a bigger guy.
Yeah, I think you'd have to really get a better sense of like the space around the barbed wire.
We really don't have.
We really
any
don't
details
have
about
that.
this.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
to me,
is there a path?
Yeah, right. To me, it seemed kind of rigged. Like I could not figure out well, you're just surrounded by you're just trapped.
Yeah.
by
You just
barbed
wait
wire.
for the rigged traps,
Yeah,
dude.
I think it's a thing where there's maybe just so much barbed wire that you can't help but put all of your body weight on it at some points, and it just makes you bleed out. I don't know.
Yeah, he definitely didn't make it. Jigsaw.
It's more survivable than some of the later ones, which are just not fair.
And then a guy named Mark was the next trap. We get another one right away, and this guy's covered in a flammable.
This one is bullshit.
Covered in a flammable like oil or something. And,
Yeah, he's in like burn suit liquid.
And then does he have a poison? But the antidote to it is in a safe.
Is in the safe, right?
He has to find the combination for the safe on the walls, but the walls are covered in numbers.
Yeah, it's
and all he has
impossible.
to see them is a candle.
Right.
And so eventually the candle like burns down and lights him on fire and he's incinerated. I don't know if there's any indication amidst all the numbers to determine which ones are
That's
the
what makes
combinations.
this one impossible. I'm sure someone can do the math. Like if we have the dimensions of this room and how many numbers are on all the walls. You
'Cause
know,
he's, like, from what it looks like-
probability wise, what are the odds that you happen to pick where the
string-
sequence start? Yeah, the right string of numbers on this giant wall. It's like this is a very impossible.
Unless
Saw
they're
trap.
like a different color. But then why would he keep going from the wall to the safe and trying numbers instead of just... So I don't know. This one screams bullshit to me.
I think this one is compared to the other ones in this movie. I feel bad for this guy. This one's a little unfair.
What do you think, Russell?
Well, I don't think they really considered whether or not this one was doable.
Yeah.
Like I think this was like because of the speed at which we're moving through this kill montage, it was just we need a way to kill this guy.
Yeah.
Not we need a trap that somebody could get out.
Yeah, these early traps are not creative or like... you don't really put yourself in their shoes and think like, oh, could I do this?
Yeah, they don't give you enough time for that.
There's not enough details to determine.
It's very much, it reminds me of Seven a little bit, where you get kind of a glimpse of what each of the murders are.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you don't get the whole, in these later movies where he's explaining every single step of this trap. You get that with the Amanda trap.
Yes.
The reverse bear trap and the way that that's set up and the way you kind of get the step by step is more in line with the traps later where it's like, okay, how would I go about this and would I survive?
Yeah, so Dr. Gordon is in the police station because they think that he's the
I
Jigsaw
think he
killer.
did it because they found his pen light.
Which I think Zepp, Michael Emerson, planted
Yes,
there.
correct.
So, because Zepp works for him
He's
as
the
like an
orderly.
orderly. Yeah. So they're like, Dr. Gordon, why don't you watch this maybe victim of yours talk about
Yeah,
how
'cause-
shaken she is from the experience? But joke's on them because at the end she's like, he saved me. And like, if Dr. Gordon was Jigsaw, wouldn't he be like, yes.
That's right.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, people. My job is done here. Also, technically, not a murderer.
Not a murderer.
I'm
I didn't
outie.
do anything.
It's like, technically, you're not a murderer, but you're a kidnapper. And
Right.
also, I think maybe technically you're a murderer.
yeah.
Do you think, do we have any lawyers watching the show? Is Jigsaw, would he be culpable for murder? He has
Yes,
to be.
100%. If I put someone in a cage with a bunch of barbed wire and said, good luck trying to get the fuck out of here.
And they die from it.
Yeah.
They didn't kill themselves from a lack of a will to live.
No, he's 100% a murderer. It's ridiculous.
I hope everyone's ready for 9 more weeks of me doing this voice.
Yeah.
I am.
It's one of my favorite voices.
There
I'm
should
definitely ready.
I would love to see a Saw movie where it's like he has to finally lawyer up and we just get the whole court case about if he's a murderer or not.
Call Saul.
Yeah.
Well, I mean that is going to be part of it because it's Law and Order. Like
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a spin-off.
right.
yeah, for sure.
Because although, like, don't a bunch of those exist in the same universe?
Yeah, all the laws and orders. Yeah.
The Dick Wolf-averse or
Yeah.
whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And the
Yeah.
Chicago, all the Chicago
Oh, the
shows.
Chicago
Yeah.
ones, yeah. Cityton Fire.
Cityton
Yeah,
Fire.
Cityton Fire. Oh, wow.
Cityton We're already got Cityton BD.
Yeah.
Amanda, we get her flashback of the famous reverse bear trap,
This
which
is-
was the subject of the short.
This is probably still the most famous Saw trap.
Yes,
This is
absolutely.
the one most people...
Because
if you-
even going into this one, Gressel was like, when do we get to the reverse bear trap?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was not expecting it in one.
Yeah.
It's right there. It's
It's-
Amanda in her purple shirt with the...
with the shoulder cut out.
Yeah. Great look. Iconic.
So many people dress as that for conventions. It's great.
Absolutely. Shawnee Smith signing so many bear traps.
Yeah.
And
I'll say it, easiest fucking trap in this entire franchise, though.
she has to kill a guy. The tape says that he's already dead, but she sees before she stabs into his
Oh,
stomach
okay.
that that guy's still alive. He just has an opiate overdose to make him paralyzed.
I swear we've had this exact debate on the podcast before.
I don't remember this.
If that guy being alive, does that make this then a harder Saw trap than if you're having
Not with that timer going.
It absolutely
What?
affects
No,
it.
you saw that styrofoam head. It pops right the fuck open.
I'm not saying it makes it untenable. I'm saying it makes it more difficult than if he were alive.
Do you think?
I think it'd be worse after.
yeah.
Sure, absolutely.
Sure.
yeah.
Yeah. Like, what's the quality of
In the
life?
moment, I don't know. With that timer going.
Do you think just the mental hurdle of like, oh shit, I have to kill a guy, would that make you just like
It'll give you a pause. Yeah, it
hesitate
makes her
long
pause.
enough to
Yeah.
where that timer runs up and your head pops?
I don't know.
open?
Her mistake is her slow approach towards the body.
Well, yeah, that's
She's taking her fucking time. I bet if you cut together everything from when she triggers the timer to when she gets it off, it is way longer than a minute.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
For sure. Yeah.
I think though, like that's the thing. If she didn't do her like slow walk, and if you were just like panic going right over there, maybe you don't have that realization. Maybe
Yeah.
you're just like fuck.
Yeah.
And you just,
Maybe he
you
doesn't
know.
get his eyes
You don't
open in
realize
time.
that that's
but
not
she does
a
it.
dead guy.
She tears into his gut. She gets the key out. She unlocks the bear trap, throws it off, right as it goes off.
Right.
And she's alive. She's saved.
and
she has
she's
the Joker
saved. Yep, she's Joker-fied now.
smile. When they cast this role, which was originally played by Lee Winnell in the short, I believe James Wan said offhandedly, oh, it'd be cool to have Shawnee Smith because he had a crush on her from her previous work. And then they went and got Shawnee Smith.
That's
and he was
amazing.
like, cool.
Sick, amazing. Yeah.
And then cut to 20 years later, Shawnee's at conventions signing bear traps.
Yep.
Like, it's so funny. Every time you talk to these actors at conventions and you're like with Bruce and Jeffrey from Reanimator, it's like, could you ever have imagined that this movie, when you were filming
Yeah.
it, would still
This
be,
many years later.
yeah, getting you money 40 years later? And every time, they're like, no.
Yeah, Jeffrey,
No idea.
Jeffrey, Bruce, and Barbara single-handedly buying the world's supply of green paint pens to sign all
Yeah.
that shit. Yeah. God.
Okay, so she says he saved her, and she's kind of chill with that.
Yeah. Because she was a drug addict.
Oh, that's right. That was her problem. She was a drug addict, and that's why she got put through the test.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, and she's the first look we get at Billy the Puppet, too.
That's
Is
right.
her flashback. He's on Channel 3.
Yep.
Yeah, loved the Channel 3.
Yep. 90s
Great
kids
detail.
know that
That's-
that's the VCR channel.
You had to plug the VCR into the auxiliary ports,
Yep.
the composite connection, if you will. That's
I think that might have been a BNC cord. That might have been pre-composite.
BNC. I don't even know BNC. I know it's not S video.
No,
which came
no.
after.
No.
Oh, dude, you don't think it's the
Oh,
red, yellow, white?
yeah. I bet it's
No,
the
no,
red,
no.
yellow, white.
What's BNC? You got it up?
Yeah,
Let me see
yeah.
it.
This.
Oh, like an aux?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Ooh, it might. Oh, you're right. You're
Yeah.
right. Okay, I didn't know that had a name. Wow, all this time
Oh
later.
yeah. That's old AV Club shit.
I always just called it the aux connection, but I guess that's a more genericized term.
Yeah, I think aux came a little bit later.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
wow. BNC.
There you go.
Did you know the name for the power cords that plug in like the back of your computer?
No.
It's ATX.
Really?
It's power. Yeah.
Anyway, her trap's the first look we get at him on the little tricycle because he rides in to congratulate her for doing so good at a Saw trap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, that diet. Most people are so ungrateful to be
But
alive.
not you.
Not anymore.
Oh, it's so good.
So good.
Iconic. Love it.
Oh, yeah. And then it cuts back to the cops interrogate. You are, in fact, a drug addict. Isn't that right, Maddie? And they're calling her Mandy?
They have Mandy. Ew.
That's weird.
I don't
Hearing
know
a
if that
Mandy Young
happens
referred to as Mandy.
in any of the other movies.
Yeah.
I'm not calling her Mandy.
We get a little taste of a fun transition. It tilts down through the table and back into the bathroom.
Yeah.
But it's nothing compared to the car.
I just want to make a video just about all the fun transitions in Saw. We gotta just rank them all because we get some crazy ones.
They find out that they're being watched behind a two-way mirror, a camera behind the mirror in the bathroom. And Adam's like, oh, it's reality TV. But then we start to get the glimpses of Zepp on the other end watching them.
Yes, from his command station.
Which is in Dr. Gordon's house.
This setup is like a day setup of stuff.
Yeah.
He put together a whole post-production bay.
He had to wheel in a case of equipment and cables, dude.
Like, I just feel like if we're watching this house, like Danny Glover is posted up watching Dr. Gordon's house.
Yes,
we learn
from
later.
across the street.
He didn't see him wheeling in like Pelican cases of monitors and hard drives and stuff. It's just a lot.
The night that Larry was abducted, he was at home. He was up late working, but I think he was up so late because he doesn't know how to type.
Yeah.
That guy is hunting and pecking. He is looking for each key as he types. And thankfully, he finishes in time to tell his daughter to get the fuck to sleep. Doesn't even check her closet.
What Flash games do you think he was playing on his computer?
Well, because he's like an attending or whatever. Wouldn't he just be dictating his like notes? He wouldn't be like typing them up himself. He was definitely just like... Yeah, like playing Myst or whatever. Like,
yeah, typing emails to his other woman.
Right. What, an
you
intern?
up?
You up?
What is she, like another orderly that he's...
I don't know
No,
what
I
her
think she
deal
was
is.
like an intern or a med student or something.
Oh, yeah, like a med student.
Yeah.
Because she's
classic.
giggling at his jokes and stuff.
Yeah.
But he leaves, she pages him at home. And he leaves without checking the closet, so we get a nice little Black Christmas reference with
the
Michael
eye,
Emerson's
the
eye.
highlighted eye.
And then he's standing next to the bed with a blanket over him, and he abducts the...
he captures and ties up Dr. Gordon's wife and daughter, and he's got them tied up by the bed. And this scene turns into a Michael Haneke movie. It's like Funny Games all of a sudden, because the tone of this is so scary. Like... It's all a horror movie up to this point, but for some reason this scene in isolation is like so much worse to me because you got this crying little girl who's like an amazing kid actor, honestly, for this like they got lucky. This little girl I think is a good actor. And Zepp, we don't know it's Zepp yet, but he's got the stethoscope and is listening to the daughter's heartbeat. And he pulls out a gun and is waving it around her head to make her heartbeat go faster. It's like...
It's some sick shit, dude.
It's so fucked up.
And Zepp is just like a guy getting tested.
Yeah, why is he doing this?
It's not part of his job. It's not like, hello, Zepp, your job is to make a little girl pee her pants.
Yeah, he's just a fucked up guy, I guess.
I guess so, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, when you're Michael Emerson, you're a fucked up guy.
You're a fucked up
little guy, dude.
Yeah,
That's
for
what you
sure.
are, man.
For sure.
I do think that a little bit of the fear of that scene, like the blanket is a very scary thing and the gun is very intense. But that set sucks so much.
Oh, we gotta
It's
talk
the
about
worst
the
set.
set.
It takes so much of the fear out of it because it looks
Fake.
so fake.
It looks like they live in a loft downtown in LA. There's like it's like exposed
Yes.
brick wall, and then just a random curtain covering up like what?
It looks
Yeah.
like they live in a rental photography studio.
Yes.
For real. Yeah,
you had
yeah.
to go get headshots.
Yeah,
and you
and
went
there's-
there, and you were like, "This is a good place to put down roots."
Yeah. Oh, which wall of drapes do you want to pose in front of? And
Yeah.
they left all of those up because every wall in this is just either drapes or brick.
Or
I'm
red
surprised
paint.
that there wasn't like a 3/4 like fake column.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah,
where
for
you can pose with your hands on it. Or like those giant ABC blocks.
Yeah.
Kids can sit out
for
to
the
take
babies.
pictures.
2004 in like black.
Yeah. Yeah, like the graph.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. With like fake ivy on it.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Every
yeah.
day you bring fake joy to babies as you take their pictures. You distract them with jingly toys. But have you been distracted from real life.
Amazing. Olin Mills, if that's your real name. that doesn't fucking exist anymore, does it? Olin Mills.
Owen Mills?
Olin Mills. It was a
fuck is
photography chain.
Yeah. Senior pictures were their bread and butter, I'm sure.
No, Olin Mills is no longer in business, according to Google.
Danny Glover's across the street scoping out Zepp. And then this is the amazing transition of the car.
Okay, yes.
Because Danny's like, I should have never let you go, motherfucker. He still thinks it's Dr. Gordon. And I guess
So
he just
what does
thinks...
he think is happening here? Okay,
Because he's like,
thinks,
hey, little man, wait, looking to see if the doctor's coming home. Me too.
So okay.
Yeah.
He thinks that Zepp is like, what, some guy fucking his wife?
Yes.
Why wouldn't he just think that that's the killer?
Because he thinks Larry's the killer. He shouldn't have let him
Man,
go.
This is like a forest for the trees
had him, but he
thing.
let him go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
sure.
then the car rolls up, and the best part of this transition is that you see Danny Glover behind the windshield of the car as it pulls up before it wipes him away entirely.
Yeah, and then it cuts, and it cuts to another shot of him, which also is very funny.
Yeah, he is also in the car that is
It's
wiping
the
him
reverse
away.
shot. It's so good.
This is when he lets Larry go due to lack of evidence, but he's going over that footage. And this is when Detective Singh, he just wants to go to the grill, dude.
He just wants to go to
It's dollar
the
burger
grill.
and beer night, man.
Oh, is that what he said? It's dollar.
No, but you know it is.
Oh, okay. That just sounds like absolutely believable dialogue from a
Yeah,
Saw
it's
movie.
Cityton's famous The Grill.
Yeah. Dollar burger beer night. Yeah.
And bottomless mimosas. Or no, that's bottomless margaritas.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
You pulled that out of my brain. I was also thinking bottomless margs or
Yeah,
something
for
like
sure,
that
dude.
for
100%.
sure.
And that's all Singh wants to do, dude. He wants to go let loose.
Like, dude.
But Danny Glover's like, wait, I'm going to be a good police officer for once in this movie.
This is like the police version of, but teacher, you didn't assign homework. You know? This is like, oh, but actually I found this clue.
Look at this clue. There's a gang symbol in the background of this footage, and that gang must be a real shitty gang. They only control
I was gonna say,
4
what
blocks
kind of
of
gang
turf.
was this? It was just a bunch of kids hanging out.
Yeah.
They just like lit off firecrackers and annoyed people? That was the gang?
Yeah, I
feel
guess,
like you can't
'cause they
be
only-
a gang and only have like 4 blocks.
Their
What are you doing
territory's
with
only
that?
4 blocks, dude.
Yeah.
Avon really circled them down.
Yeah.
And then, oh wait, hold on. Crank up the volume. There's a fire alarm going off. I need all the reports of fire alarms within this 4 blocks. We got it. It's a mannequin factory. Let's fucking go.
Yeah, go to the mannequin factory.
And they go there and they find a nice little diorama of the bathroom trap.
That's right.
Because Jigsaw
Prop I
always,
would love to have.
Jigsaw always does his planning. And then they find a dude in another trap that we never really get the details of. It's 2 drills.
No, we don't know why he's
We don't know.
there.
He looks like Ted from Scrubs.
He's gonna Frankenstein him.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
exactly it. These little drills are gonna go into his neck and maybe install some bolts. But we never learn what this guy did.
Yeah,
who
like why
is
is he being punished? Because
Yeah.
we don't get to hear his.
All Jigsaw says is something like, "Oh, I'm
He's
sorry,
a
but
test
you're a
subject.
test subject for a greater good."
Like fuck, man,
Like,
that
what?
sucks.
But instead, when they come out to arrest him, he has a floor pedal for this trap, which is convenient.
Yeah.
And he kicks it off, and the drills start, and he's like, "Oh, either save him or arrest me, your choice." And
I
they're-
never killed anyone. Technically,
yeah, will you even be able to
it would
get me?
technically be your fault. Think about that.
It takes Miles way too long to just shoot the drill bits off.
Yeah.
Instead, they're like tossing each other shotguns and stuff.
Yeah.
Sing. You did just call him Miles.
He's Miles.
Okay.
Yeah, he just shoots at the saw trap and breaks it.
Yeah.
Which is,
Hack.
I like the idea of this. I love the idea of this becoming why Jigsaw's like, oh fuck, I need to make these way more elaborate. He needs to make, they have to have more points of failure, you know? And
Yeah,
that's
he gets back home and he just writes out like, okay, things that went wrong.
yeah.
Oh, you shouldn't be able to shoot the trap and end the trap. There should be multiple points of failure in case they shoot one section. The contingencies will kick in
Yeah.
and keep the trap going.
The anti-shooting contingency.
Yes. It should be at least able to outlast one magazine of bullets.
Yeah. Also, this guy's name's Jeff too.
Yeah.
This is the forgotten Jeff.
The Forgotten Jeff. Forgotten ass motherfucking Jeff.
Yeah.
I got so excited.
No.
You heard Jeff.
Because
You're
I
like,
was like, is this him?
False alarm.
Is this
No.
the
That's
slow?
not
No,
Jeff.
not him.
False Jeff alarm, dude.
Forgotten
I'm sorry.
Jeff. False Jeff.
This
Yeah.
is like
Anti-Jeff.
this is like I'm trying to think of a TV show comparison where you have one actor who is cast but then quickly recast.
This Jeff wasn't in Braveheart.
Is the Shemp.
Jigsaw slits Tap's throat,
Yeah.
but it's just a flesh wound.
He's got like a blade on his arm.
Yeah.
Is that in other movies? I don't
I don't
remember
think so.
if that ever comes back.
I don't think he
'cause
ever
it's-
does close quarters
I
combat.
was gonna
like
say, I
that.
don't know how often he's doing melee combat. It's cool.
And then, yeah, he runs away way more spry
Yeah,
than we
oh.
ever see cancer-riddled 60-year-old John Kramer.
That's right. That's right.
Singh goes after him, and if only he had gone, he could have been drinking margs and eating
He should have just
burgers.
plugged his ears and went, la la la.
Instead,
This is
he-
overtime. I'm leaving.
Trips a wire and gets his head shotgunned off.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a
That's a
bummer.
shame.
I like that that's just there, just in case.
just in case.
He's always 10 steps
Did
ahead.
Jigsaw like leap over it while he was running
Yeah,
away?
he must have.
He
yeah.
must have,
It
right?
seems risky.
He got shot in the back. What does he have, like a bulletproof vest on or
He
something?
must, yeah.
Because he gets up and
There's
kind of
some
limps
Looney Tunes
off.
physics that that Jigsaw and some of his apprentices kind of abide by, I think, in these movies, and this is an instance of that for sure.
Oh, when Tap calls Jigsaw sick. Also, he doesn't take off his hood that whole time.
No.
When he's got the gun at him. But this is a hint towards it being cancer victim John Kramer, who we see briefly in the hospital with a blink and you miss it diagram of the bear trap
I didn't even notice that this time that he
and a blink and you miss it soul patch. He's
right.
rocking like
He's
a
got a
new
soul
metal
patch.
soul patch, dude.
It's so funny because in what universe, like if I was watching this the first time, I had no idea about anything. In what universe would I guess that's the guy?
Yeah, it's such a fast
It's
shot too.
such
They
a
show him and
fast
they're like, oh,
shot.
no, never mind.
Yeah.
But I mean, you got Michael Emerson being like, he's a very interesting man.
Yeah.
And like that's your first clue, and then here he's like, I am sick. I'm sick of the with the poison inside me. Oh wait, that's too literal. Metaphor. I'm sick of people not appreciating life.
That's
I'm sick of it all.
Yeah. Forget I said the other
Forget that
thing.
first
That was
one.
metaphor, not a real thing.
Yeah.
Happening to me currently.
Oh yeah, that's like, isn't it like Tap reaching out and then it desaturates and then freeze frames?
Yes. Very good. Weird freeze frame here.
Mm-hmm. And so that's what drove him crazy. He's talking to Singh by himself. He's like, we had him sing. We had him. We're going to get that fucking
Yeah, they're
doctor."
like 21 and 24.
Oh my god.
His dead partner. He will avenge him.
Does he die thinking that it's Dr. Gordon?
No.
He like chases Zepp and fights with Zepp and gets shot by Zepp.
So,
I think it's unclear if. Oh, you mean Danny Glover?
yeah. Does he still think it's Gordon when
he dies, does he think, oh, damn it, Dr. Gordon's accomplice got me before I could bring them both in?
I bet he does.
Yeah?
Just
don't
because he's
know.
so fixated on it.
It seems to like he can't get his mind off of
Yeah,
that as
yeah.
a subject. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Stupid, sexy Dr. Gordon.
I'm a doctor.
Is this like around when we cut to this parking lot like 5 different times?
I think so.
Because we're in like flashback city right now.
Well, they get the cell phone. It's the most beautiful invention on this planet after cigarettes.
After cigarettes. And again, it's such a fun kind of nod to why Jigsaw, aside from like, okay, Adam, he gets paid to take creeper pictures of people, but also he smokes cigarettes. It's a throwing away his life kind of thing.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because Dr. Gordon's like, he has the cell phone, but it won't make calls. He's like, oh, this is only meant to receive calls, not... Wait, I remember another time that a phone didn't work. Flashback to the parking garage, which at first... He says he was leaving work, and we're like, dude, this is the hospital's parking garage. Like, this is a shit house. But no, it's because he was going to maybe
Even
have an affair.
Still, this is a barn with fluorescent lights hung up in it.
It is. It's not a good looking place, but
This
it is
was
a
the
shithole
location
motel.
they could get to
Yeah.
put a bunch of cars in.
It's the perfect place to have an affair or call one off at the very last minute with your intern.
Yeah, he chickens out.
Yeah. So he never actually cheated on his wife, as far as we know.
I never actually cheated. I technically never cheated on my wife.
Technically, I'm not an adulterer.
Right. Just a bunch of guys who technically aren't stuff.
But turns out this whole time Adam was taking pictures of him.
Yeah.
And he was hired by a guy named Bob, but it was actually Detective Tapp.
Yep.
So that's the web we have woven.
Yes. He was hired to spy on Gordon because we all think that he's Jigsaw.
And Gordon, that was when he was abducted. He was trying to phone. The payphone was ringing or something.
Yeah.
And then Jigsaw crawling in that red robe and the pig mask.
This is Jigsaw there?
He's crawling in the red robe with the pig mask, and he fucking gets him.
Yeah.
Knocks him out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you know about the pig mask, Russell?
I did not know about the pig mask.
Yeah,
It's a thing.
It's another thing
There's
in these.
more pig mask?
Oh, yeah, dude.
All of the help.
Pig mask isn't supplanted by Billy
No,
completely?
No, they go hand
like
in hand.
Zepp would be a pig mask. It's like it's like his helpers, his apprentices.
I see.
I feel like you're talking too much.
What? It's his apprentice.
I feel like you're talking too much.
No, I'm not. Jigsaw's
now
literally like,
I
hey,
know
Zepp,
that
you
he's
gotta
got-
do
he's
shit
got
for me.
guys now.
Zepp is his guy in
Zepp
this.
is
I mean,
his
he's
guy.
forced into it, but he's his guy.
Okay. All right. Zepp's
I feel like
Zepp's
you
tested.
assumed that.
Yeah.
I feel like you're giving more away by making a big deal about
I
it.
don't know. Okay. All right. I don't know what Gressel knows.
But yeah, the pig masks are a thing.
Pig mask's a thing. It's like Freddy Krueger. There's a lot going on. You got the hat, you got the sweater, you got the finger knives.
You got the glove, yeah.
Yeah, it's the whole thing.
I also love, too, that we mentioned that Jigsaw gets shot and just kind of walks away. I do think it's a little bit of foreshadowing for the end where it's like guy that got shot but just kind of gets up
Oh,
and
he also
walks
slams
away.
the door shut.
Yeah.
Just
yeah,
like he
yeah,
does
yeah,
at the
yeah,
end when
yeah.
he says game over.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Okay, so around here is when Adam's like, wait a minute. X marks the spot. Because he found a note from Jigsaw that was intended for Dr. Gordon because it was in his wallet.
Uh-huh.
He was looking at his wallet and he's like, oh, turn off. It said something about like seeing better with our eyes shut. So turn off the lights. And they turn off the lights and sure enough, there's a big X on the wall that becomes illuminated. And I love that Dr. Gordon's just like, how'd you figure out how to do that? Because like you're fucking stupid. There's no way that you just randomly knew how to do that. You big adorable idiot. And yeah, this is our little lover's spat.
What's in the X?
Wasn't that
the
the
box.
phone?
It's the box with the
With
cell
the
phone
phone.
in it.
Oh, the phone and the
Yeah.
cigarette.
Oh, okay, so I
Which,
jumped
like,
back a
with
little
the
bit.
note
sorry.
suggesting to dip the because again his job is to kill Adam. The note suggests that he dip the cigarette in the poison blood and give it to him.
Yeah.
So
This is such DM shit to be like with like the because at the beginning it gives him the bullet.
Yeah.
And there's the gun there,
Uh-huh.
and it's such like players. This is here.
Yes.
What could you possibly
want
do?
and then they don't drop
We
the
want
gun.
to look
And
at
so later
everything
you like
else.
write
You're
this
like,
new thing.
oh, more explicitly, you could use the cigarette. It's just such like,
Yeah, here's all these ways you could kill this fucking
Dude, Jigsaw
guy.
would probably make a good DM.
Jigsaw would be a great DM.
oh, abso-fucking-lutely.
Yeah.
Oh man.
It's a shame sketch comedy's not a thing anymore.
Yeah.
Jigsaw's
That has to
campaign.
exist in some form.
Maybe.
Already.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just have a note here that says X-Files lenses. I feel like that was something Gressel
Oh
said.
yeah, that was something I said because there's all these weird wide lenses.
It does feel kind of 90s
It's
TV.
it has a very like 90s TV feel. And like I saw Vancouver in the credits. I don't know if I assume they shot this in Toronto, but
They actually
maybe
shot it in LA.
They shot it in LA, really? Wow, okay. I thought it was
soundstage, yeah.
all Canadian thing.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
But the next ones are shot
I think
in
they
Canada.
moved,
yeah.
to Canada, yeah.
Yeah, it has that feel. It has that like 90s TV feel.
Yeah.
Of like, ooh, it's a weird wide lens. What's gonna happen? It's disorienting.
Yeah.
They have the plan to fake using the cigarette, and as soon as they do it, Adam like overacts like hell,
It's
dying,
not good,
and you just see
yeah.
on Larry's face like, fuck, this isn't gonna work. This guy's an idiot.
Yeah.
And it doesn't work because they can shock his leg. Turns out Jigsaw's controlling
That's a good
that.
twist.
Yeah. What that they were electrocuted.
The shocking was a cool detail.
Yeah, to make sure that they're like, controllable. Mm-hmm. We get Adam's backstory. Or I guess the shock reminds him of how he got there.
Yeah,
Went home to his shithole apartment before waking up in a literal shithole. He went home to his home darkroom, fell asleep in it for a little bit, and then woke up and all the power was out because he didn't trip the circuit breaker.
And then Pig Mask.
Pig Mask with a great scene. I love the scene of
It
the camera
is, yeah,
flashes
with the camera flash revealing
for his light.
stuff. Yeah, it's creepy.
I think it's very good. The
Yeah, it's
sound design of it with the bulb going off and then recharging.
Yeah.
And I really like this scene. It's always stuck out to me.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, and it's the first time we can hear Billy's laugh.
Yeah,
the signal that the indication that I've killed someone in Fortnite. Yeah, I like that you were familiar with the laugh before ever seeing this.
Yes, from all of your many kills in Fortnite.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's good. That wasn't sarcastic, by the way. He laughed a lot.
So we get Adam's whole backstory, and then oh shit, it's 6 p.m. Dr. Gordon, a little more hustle. I feel like he knows his family's been taken hostage,
But he doesn't wanna kill a
6
guy.
o'clock just sneaks up on him.
They tried the fake cigarette
know.
thing. He's trying to work around
I know.
it, you know?
I think they underutilized, again, because it's not framed enough through his POV, but like they underutilized the fact that he's a doctor, Hippocratic Oath. He can't kill this guy.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
that would have been such a great little detail to include and explain dragging his feet.
Yeah, the do no harm
It's just
aspect
yeah.
of it.
There's missing elements for me of
Sure.
yeah. Whose story is this?
Yeah.
And at the end, it's Jigsaw's.
It's Jigsaw's.
It is,
Yeah.
and it will be. So yeah, now that's 6 o'clock. Zepp, who has been watching, is like, oh, now it's my turn to.
It's murder o'clock.
He's got to kill Larry's family now.
Yeah,
That's his test.
that's his job.
As learned at the end, because right now you're supposed to think that he's Jigsaw,
Jigsaw,
right?
yeah.
That Zepp is Jigsaw. But he his gun goes off while he's fighting with Mrs. Gordon because she's untied herself, and Danny Glover across the street hears it and runs over there.
This is very girl boss of her. Good job,
Oh yeah, she does a good job protecting
Doctor
her.
Mrs. Gordon.
I love Mrs. Gordon.
Allie, right? Not
Yeah,
Diana.
I'm going to kill your husband now. So yeah, they're shooting back and forth. Random neighbor comes over to comfort.
Oh my gosh, yeah, the random neighbor family that shows up for 2 seconds.
Yeah, they're even more forgettable than Dr. Gordon's potential love interest.
They do not come back.
No.
They would be very funny characters
That'd be
to come
great to
back,
have them
but
come
they
back,
do not
yeah.
come back.
Zepp gets away, and then there's the awesome car chase.
Yeah. Danny
That's
Glover's
just like
chasing him, and it's
The
just
cheapest car chase
front of
ever,
a car in front of a black screen.
with someone behind
with
the
a
car
shaky
shaking it and some
camera.
fog, and then like sped up footage.
Incredible
Yeah.
things happening here.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
This is when Gordon's like, yep, guess I'll cut my leg off.
Maybe, I mean, if you were going to do that,
Should have done it before 6.
you should have done it before. Well, I mean, then what? He's crawling all the way there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Well, no, all
maybe
he's
not.
got to do is kill Adam before 6.
Yeah. But he has ways to do that without.
No, I think he needs to get. He can't reach the gun.
Oh, I see.
He has to
Without
cut
sawing his,
his
foot,
foot
up.
off, and
But
then
the
he
cig-
crawls over to the gun. Well, he could have done the cigarette
Right,
thing.
this-
You're right.
Yeah.
But he does. He gets the gun, then he shoots Adam, and that's not like a part of a plan or anything. He literally shoots him. He's lucky that Adam survives it.
Yeah.
And is able to attack Zepp when he comes in there.
I disagree.
You think he intentionally?
I think he intentionally shot him somewhere that he knew would be
he's a
non-life threatening because he's a doctor,
and he would
and he
know.
specifically mentions to Adam in their little tender moment, that's just a flesh wound
Yes,
or whatever.
yeah.
You'll
He
be
says
okay.
that,
I
yeah.
didn't catch that.
Yeah.
During the one shot, I am sorry, everyone, the only shot that suggests any kind of romance or gay
You're
romantic.
gonna say this? Is this coming out in June?
I'm sorry. It
You're
is,
saying
and I'm
this
sorry.
right at the beginning
I'm
of Pride
sorry
Month? Are
to-
you serious?
I'm sorry to be a hater. I don't see it. Gresso said he doesn't see
I
it.
don't see it.
Let people have
They
this.
can have it. But I'm just saying textual evidence isn't there for the Dr. Gordon Adam love fest that is so much of Saw. I support it. You
Yeah.
can believe in it.
For sure.
I just don't think it exists within the text. You want to talk about Stu and Billy all day, all fucking day. Those guys love each other. Those guys want to have sex with each other. Adam and Larry, I'm sorry. One moment of
Wow.
foreheads touching.
I can't believe it. The first week of Pride Month, this is what you're doing.
I'm sorry. I'm so
You
sorry.
could have just not said anything, James. Adam kills Zep with a toilet lid, so that's
Great.
cool.
Very cool.
Gordon-
That was, I'm pretty sure, my golden chainsaw.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's a good.
Because
one.
you asked what it was. I
Yes.
think it was Zep because it's a toilet tank lid.
It's got to be. That's definitely the
pretty
best
brutal.
one.
It's
Yeah,
great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gordon leaves. That's got to be. I'm just realizing the only Saw movie where the golden chainsaw is not a trap, right?
Oh, maybe. Yeah.
Gordon crawls for help very, very slowly.
He's like, I'll be back.
I'll be back.
Don't worry.
In a
That
million
is so
years.
fucking funny.
Yeah.
That is and he's so pale.
He's so
he
pale.
Looks, he
pale.
looks like shit.
Better than earlier when he has the blush.
Yeah, he's like contoured in the beginning of this.
The makeup, not great in this.
Yeah.
Because he goes from like contour stage makeup to looking like a zombie
Yes.
from Dawn of the Dead here.
I mean, I guess at the end he's been bleeding out.
Yeah, after cutting his leg
He
off. with
matches the tile.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's really
the
bad.
loosest tourniquet ever.
Yeah.
I'm a doctor.
This is when Adam finds in Zep's pocket the tape intended for Zep, and we get
Hello, Zep, which is the name
get
of the theme.
because it's been
It's
building.
It's been building all movie.
It's so great. I love the way that it adds and adds and adds the whole movie, and you're just waiting for it, and it finally hits right here when we get our big montage tape explanation that
Super
happens
montage.
at the end of all these fucking movies,
Every
where it's
one
like,
of them
oh,
is
you
gonna have
think this was what was happening? Actually, it was all this bullshit.
Here's all these clips and super fast
Here's all
cuts.
these clips. Yeah.
While Charlie Clouser's music plays. Charlie Clouser composed this from 9 Inch Nails. He's the other member of 9 Inch Nails, or was for a while, in addition to Trent Reznor.
So yeah, so when we learned that Zep is
not
also,
Jigsaw.
he was part of a trap, and he has a poison in his system, and Jigsaw has the antidote. So he's
And
got.
that's a trick he always uses, huh?
He loves it. He loves doing that one.
Is he like a chemist? I'll find out.
You're gonna
guess.
find out.
Oh, that's your guess? Ooh, first guess.
Chemist. That's
First
good.
guess. Okay, good guess.
I'm glad
dude.
I didn't. I almost said something earlier,
no,
and then
no,
I
no.
realized, like, wait, that wouldn't.
He doesn't
we
know.
Wouldn't have. Okay.
Gressel thinks John Kramer's a chemist. Cool.
Chemist. It's a good guess.
Good guess, dude.
It's a good guess.
Yeah.
He's gonna be like a middle school teacher or something.
It's like Breaking Bad. So yeah, he's got this slow acting poison. He's got to run all these errands for Jigsaw to get the antidote.
And he's not Jigsaw.
And he's not Jigsaw.
Real Jigsaw stands up. Adam looks terrified. As he should.
Good face acting from Lee Winnell here. I think it's great. It's this ending scene still hits so hard for me. It's great. The reveal's great.
He rips off the
sells
latex.
it. Yeah, ripping off the
Latex of the head. The key to that is in the bathtub, which sucks for Adam.
And it's such a great. I just love because this whole movie you have not thought about that opening shot, and then remembering that was even there in the first
It's
place.
the very
little
first shot
light.
is that glowy little
glowy
keychain
light.
going down the drain. So I forget if we ever learn exactly what Adam's task was to get free.
Oh, where Dr. Gordon has like he
Larry's
has
is to kill
yeah.
Adam by 6. What was Adam supposed to do to live?
Just not overreact.
I guess. I
Yeah.
think we'll learn maybe,
Yeah, I forget
but
if we ever revisit that
yeah.
and learn more
I guess
about
we'll all
it.
find out together.
We're all gonna. Yes.
You're not allowed to read the comments for this video
You
either,
can't.
Gressel.
Please
'Cause
do
people will be
not spoil
fucking-
yours. I beg you, Gressel. Please don't
Yeah.
spoil yourself on anything.
You guys stay a little Saw virgin. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that key went down the drain.
Mm-hmm.
So what if he had just not panicked
Maybe.
underwater? That wouldn't have happened.
It's kind of tough to ask someone who's waking up underwater. Not
Yeah,
to panic.
yeah, for sure. I feel like that's just a instinct. Like,
Yeah.
you don't really have a choice.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And so he gets up. I just love the way he nonchalantly says it too. It's so great. You know, he's
there. I've been
"Oh,
laying
I'm
here for
so
way too fucking
glad
long.
we're done with. I should have made it 5:00 instead.
That last hour was
way
real
too.
brutal.
I had to pee that whole time. But yeah, he stands up, gives him that little speech. There's like fog for some reason. He flips off all the lights, slams that door, and gives him the game over. And It gets me every time. You hear Adam
Cuts black.
screaming over the credits, no music or anything. I just think it's such a great ending for this. And the first time I saw this movie, that ending really stuck with me because the idea of him just being there in the dark screaming
Bullet wound
is genuinely so scary to me. Yeah.
I didn't care for the ring out.
Really?
What?
Yeah.
You
I,
said-
I,
Him
I,
screaming?
I didn't care for it. I liked the end overall makes the movie. Like, I really wish that wasn't spoiled, but the screams lingering out, it just did not work for me.
Why?
That's what scared me so much when I saw it.
It was just another thing that felt very 90s TV. It felt like a Buffy episode. Like it didn't
Maybe
work for
because
me.
I didn't really watch Buffy or stuff like that, so I don't have it doesn't like remind me of anything like that. Yeah, but
That's Saw.
that's Saw.
And you know what's great is that now that we've recorded this, we get to watch Saw 2.
I just want to watch it right now. I just want to watch Saw 2 right now.
I know.
I'm
we
ready.
Can't do that because Gressel has a real job. in real life.
Gressel has real work hours. Yeah.
But thank you for agreeing to spend
Hot Sauce Summer.
Hot
Hot
Sauce
Sauce
Summer.
Summer.
We'll see how long Erica makes it until she taps out.
Yeah. She'll do the
kind
next
of,
one.
you know what? I think she'll at least get through 6 because I think she.
No fucking way.
I
She
think
hanging
no.
on that long.
I think she will be so intrigued by the bullshit soap opera nature of
I
it.
hope so.
She'll want to know what happens
It's
because
a
that's
lot
what
of
gets you
bullshit
is you
soap
want to
opera.
fucking know what happens. That's why people went to see these every single year is because there is that cliffhanger element to them.
Yeah.
I think she only did Child's Play too, right? I don't think she hung out. And
She
then
didn't do
a couple
3.
of Nightmares.
I think she maybe came back for Bride or Curse. I don't know.
I don't know.
I also do think it's cool. Just a little note I want to tag on at the end here. I love that because of the yearly nature of Saw, every year when these movies came out, they would also do blood drives.
Starting with the first one. Yeah.
Yes, they were like themed Saw blood drives, and they
That's really cool.
they got tons of people to donate. They did it for Saw 11 too when that came out.
There's Saw 10.
Or Saw 10, I'm sorry.
Uh-huh.
Sorry, wishful thinking.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Freudian
We were
slip.
supposed to have it this year.
We can't talk about it. I'll get too sad.
Yeah.
But yes, they brought back that tradition with Saw 10, I believe, which I just think it's a cool thing.
That is cool. That's
Yeah.
great.
So
So, yeah. Glad that we're doing this.
Yes.
Hope that you're all ready for this. Gressel, thank you for agreeing to
It's a
watch.
fun movie.
yeah.
Okay.
Fun movie.
This
We'll
will
see how
be
you're feeling at Saw 6 and 7. I mean, 6
don't-
is great, but
I don't know if I would say it was a good movie, but it was a lot of fun,
It's
and
Saw.
they solved problems.
they definitely did.
I love how also this will be our most normal episode out of all of these. I just have a feeling because this is the most normal movie out of all.
It is. Yeah.
It's not to get very unhinged on the
Yeah.
Dead Meat
This one kinda
podcast.
stands alone.
It does, yeah.
Yeah.
But thank you all for joining us. We're going to have a fun summer. Until next week with Saw 2. I'm Chelsea.
I'm James.
And that's Gressel. And this has been the Dead Meat Podcast.
Game over.